Alright, hello and welcome to a new video. This is going to be another one of these talk videos. This is kind of an up-to-date problem, really, and I just wanted to give my opinion on it as I've seen a lot of arguing and discussions about that. Just before the video starts, there's a tournament going on right now on Revive for DeathRun, Block Party, and Gravity. Whoever gets the most points within the next 3 days can win a huge prize pool. It's $1,200 worth in total. And yeah, if you want to win some prizes, go on Revive right now and try to grind some points. I will be live later streaming that as well at 9 PM Central European Standard Time, so if you want to check that out, feel free to. There will also be a sale in the shop, and there's actually a code. You'll find a link in the description to go to the shop, and if you then apply my code, you'll see it on screen right now, you can get 10% off in the Revive store, so check it out. This code will also be permanent, so don't worry if you're seeing this after the tournament already ended, you can still use it. And just to be clear and make a disclaimer, I'm not earning any money with it. I just want to give you guys the chance to save some, and I'm not doing this for my own reasons. Alright, let's get into the video. If you're not aware, the current system has it like that. If nobody chooses to be death, there won't be a death. And now there's an obvious complaint. DeathRun has it same for a reason, and therefore a death is kind of necessary. So it's like kind of divided into two different groups: death players that play a lot of death, and some others that play it occasionally and just feel the need for it to be there, and speedrunners that just want deathless games or point grinders that obviously benefit from having deathless games as well. Some people just call death bad or insult them for no reason, which is really not what I'm trying to encourage here, because that's not a good thing to do. Please don't do that. It doesn't help anyone, and it's not going to make the problem go away. Now, of course, there are always going to be some people that just target you and follow you into every game, which is bannable. So those people exist too, and then, yes, that's kind of a bad thing to do. Still don't insult them, but just report them and get them banned. But they're really not the majority, and yeah, I just think that sometimes insulting them, or all the time insulting them, is not a good solution. However, following is just, in their defense, it's sometimes needed, because a lot of speedrunners will just leave the game immediately when they notice a death killing them, so the game will just end really quickly. And then they kind of have to move on to the next game, so you can't really call that following, since the game ended anyway. But let's imagine it like this: it's just a regular death player playing it casually. Why would I discourage that right now? So my counter argument is the player count. In general, I have nothing against deaths. They're part of the game, and even if they're frustrating to play against sometimes, as a speedrunner especially, I think that you should accept them. They're part of the game. Let's look at the general strategy that devs use in their games. Here's some gameplay from Red. You'll also have the link in the description. You can see him going back and forth between the traps to get as many kills as possible. He goes to the front line to extend the game longer by slowing them down, but he also goes back to kill the crowd to get as many kills as possible. That's the best strat to get the most amount of kills in a game. Not so good deaths just chase behind the first person, ignoring the crowd. Obviously they extend the game as well, but they get a minimal amount of kills, and yeah, it's just not an optimal tactic. On Revive, the average game now contains about like 3 players, and on Hive we had about 20. So why would you even rotate between 2 traps? There's probably going to be 2 fairly good players, and they're probably always going to be in your line of sight, so rotating between traps basically has no point. And that's just really taking away so much from the death roll. Like, there's so much decision making, there's so much game knowledge, like, where is the crowd going to be right now? Which trap do I have to teleport to get the most amount of kills? Which trap is still going to be on cooldown? Which can't I use? There's so much decision making that goes into death that you literally is eliminated here because there's only 2 runners. And obviously, it's just probably likely that the people in the game will just leave because they just have an unfun game. they will literally just be targeted. Not in a way that the death is just letting one go and the other person is getting killed all the time. No, not like that. They are kind of forced to target those two players because there's just literally no one else around. And that is just really, really unfun, at least as a runner. I don't know about death, but really, if there's any point for death mains to like say, yeah, I really enjoy being death right now for whatever reason, please let me know, because I really wouldn't know. Like, do you guys really think that playing death with 20 runners is as good as playing death with 2 runners? I don't think it's the same at all, and I think that 2 runners is just not even nearly as fun as playing with 20 runners. And it will just be frustrating for the same runner to get the same death multiple games in a row and just be targeted every single game, knowing that they won't be able to get a run, knowing that they will be targeted, and knowing that the game will probably take like 3 minutes at least. And after a while, you just don't want to play anymore. And I can confirm that firsthand because I've had that. It's really, really not fun. In conclusion, I can say I really do understand Revive's choice of disabling death unless somebody chooses it. And even choosing, I think right now is a bad idea for the reason I just mentioned. Yeah. Let me know if you agree with this. If you don't, please let me know your opinion in the comments. Obviously, this is a discussion. This is a talking video. You guys, if you have any different opinion, please let me know. Make sure to check out the tournament. It's going on right now. Maybe that's going to raise the player amount that much so that playing death is actually a good choice and it might become viable. And remember that you can use my code HowTo in the store to save 10% of your purchase if you do end up buying something. Link is in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.